Hello friends, so this is a continuation of my previous video which had mentioned all these points. So if you have not watched that one, I'll suggest go so that you can have a better context. I'll be providing its link in the comment below, in the description below, sorry. So moving on, I'll just change the topic here to continued also, so that anyone who sees it knows that this is a continuation of what happens on TOEFL exam day part 1. So moving on, I wanted to tell you one more thing, that you will be getting a paper and a pencil for taking down the notes. So what I found weird about this paper and pencil was that firstly there was no sharpener, because if you write a lot with the pencil then its lead just decays like anything. So you really have to practice with writing from pencil. For example, you can use reading and writing reading and speaking section using 2 pencils. Just sharpen it once and see how far you can go with it, because that's what's going to happen in the TOEFL exam. They're not going to provide you with the sharpener during the exam. Secondly, the weird thing which I found was the color of the paper was blue. Now if you write on a blue paper with the pencil, I was able to hardly see what I had written. I wish that paper was white colored, because thinking of it again reminds me of the pain which I went through when I saw the paper's color. However, just try to see through the text and you will be able to do good. So I'm not trying to scare anyone here, but these are some of the challenges which you face while writing the exam, and no one really tells you about it. So I'm just telling you so that you can be mentally prepared and you don't get surprised as much as I got when I saw these things during the exam. Alright, so use your paper wisely, because it's like 3 sheets of A4 size paper. Like you can write on both the sides and they will be stapled together. So you might feel that it will be sufficient for you, but personally I faced the issue in the time of listening section, because reading and then listening section is there. So just after I just simply thought that listening was going to have 2 parts, so I just kept on writing. I thought I have a lot of paper, and when I finished up with the second part, at that time suddenly they were like, I thought it's now time for the break, and suddenly they were like, okay, you have another part and you have to go ahead and do this. And I was like, oh my god, I don't even have space in my sheet. Where will I write? But what I tried to do was I went back to the sheet and I just saw wherever I could see some space, and there's a small eraser at the back of the pencil which is given to you. So let me add it here. Pencil has eraser, so that was one good thing that really saved me. Otherwise I don't know where I would have written down the notes. And whoever is preparing for TOEFL, they must be aware that notes are like your saviors. So I just started writing, and if I found that somewhere there's no space, so I just rubbed it off using the eraser which was provided with the pencil. So just but I'll advise that use the paper very wisely. Just use small handwriting. Try to write small, but try to write small letters. But if you write small letters, then make sure that at least you understand it, because your notes should be in the manner that you are at least able to understand what has been written. It should not be that you're not able to understand your own handwriting. So there's a thin line between writing too much and writing in the proper fashion. So write properly, write small letters, write some text which is understood to you, because there's not much time in looking at the text and then reading the question. So you just need to glance it and then you need to go back to the question, because time is really important in TOEFL, especially in the reading and the listening section, which is the first section. So that is really important. Okay, so use the paper wisely, try to small letters, write small letters. So this one we have already covered. And then once the reading and the speaking section was over, came the next section, which was the speaking section. So during the break, let me tell you what happened with me during the break. So there was 10 minutes of break. Okay, just after you give the your listening section, your break will start. So there will be like a timer at the top of your screen, timer on the screen. So that will start ticking once your break starts. So you just once this thing starts, just rush to have some water, have some snacks, whatever you had got with yourself. Grab it as quickly as possible and rush to the restroom. Even if you don't feel like, I'll suggest go ahead with it, because you will be again working for the next set of time for speaking and the writing section. So just be comfortable with yourself, go outside, try to do all this in 5 minutes. I'll suggest like have some food, take a short small snack, and once you're done with this, one more thing, yeah, you should do is, because you have a speaking section, so in speaking section, since you have not spoken for some while, like around 1 to 1.5 hours you have not spoken, so try to speak a bit and get comfortable with speaking, because when your speaking section starts and you have to suddenly speak, so you feel a bit uncomfortable. So I faced this problem because I was feeling that really confident about the speaking section. I thought I'll do the best, but trust me, it went the worst for me. I'll tell you later what happened in that. But yeah, the tip that I would like to give here is that during the break, just warm up your throat. So it's like as if you're going to give a speech, and before that you want to warm up, that you're about to speak in front of the crowd, although there won't be any crowd, but you'll feel like that. And you just want to speak before that, so that you don't get nervous when you are actually speaking. So just warm up your throat, then eat your small snack, drink water so that you don't feel thirsty in your throat. Drink water, keep it nice hydrated. Don't drink too much, but yeah, drink enough so that you feel hydrated and you don't feel your throat drying up when you are speaking up. Okay, and then again I want to give you one more tip, that when you will come back and your test is about to start, so your timer will say something like this. Suppose it has ended, so it's going to say 00, and you might wonder like me that your test is going to start, but it will not start until your administrator administers it again. That means they need to log in, so it needs to be administered. That's what I'm trying to tell you here, that it needs to be administered. Once it is administered, then only you will be able to start your speaking section, and just wait for a couple of seconds. Usually in my case, the administrator came on her own, and she logged in. But if she's not there for like give it some 30 to 60 seconds, you should go and call them, because your time is counted by TOEFL that it should not exceed the 10-minute time. So that's a piece of advice. So it needs to be administered, so don't think that it will just start on its own. You need to make sure that it gets started, and once it starts, I personally feel that speaking is easy, but I got distracted by things moving around me, because when I was practicing, I was usually alone at home, and I would just practice and I thought everything is going good. But what happened with me was that while I was speaking, the administrator just came to log in for the person who was sitting next to me, and I just got distracted by that, and the time is limited, and I just goofed up what I was speaking. And as you must be aware that in speaking you just get one chance to speak, so that was my one chance for one question, and I goofed it up and I spoiled my answer. So what I was thinking I could have done to avoid this situation, because obviously the administrator will be logging in for the person who has got the break after me, so I obviously can't complain about that. But I think what you should be doing is, firstly, use earplugs and just put it inside your ears and cover it up with headphones, so that will allow you to reduce the amount of noise outside you. So I'll just mention this as another tip from my side, that this is for the noise. And guys, do one more thing, I'm sure it's going to help you. When you are speaking, I'm not sure like how many of you get distracted with the people around you, with people moving around you and someone doing something. Like I personally do get distracted with that, and I thought I should have done this which I'm telling you now, but I didn't do it. So I'll suggest you at least benefit from that. Either close your eyes when you are speaking, because when you are closing your eyes, you have to make sure that you are checking the time also in between. Just don't close and speak and the timer is over. I don't want that to happen with you. Or second thing which you can do is just cover your eyes from corners. I hope you are getting what I am trying to tell you. That suppose, let me try to do some drawing here. Suppose this is your eye and this is your another eye. So what you can do is you can place your hands like this. So just take the bracket as your hand, just place your hands around your eyes, so that you're just minimizing the vision. You're just focusing on the screen. You can only, what you can see is only your computer, and you don't see much of around stuff. So maybe that also helps. Just try it out, because if you'll just stay without doing any of this, you will get distracted if you are having some concentration issues, or if you think you get distracted. Alright, so these are my tips, guys, for you. Just practice a lot, especially speaking, reading, listening, and writing is something which I think is the easier part. If depends, basically, like I'm just telling you my personal thing. So practice as much as you can and follow the tips which I have given you, and I'm sure you are gonna do really good. Just take a deep breath and go out for the test. All the best, and good luck. Bye. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Bye, guys.